Good day, great 12 learners. Welcome to today's business studies lesson. My name is Tidi Sotlaka. Now we'll be looking into application questions based on the investment securities. Now, we have a scenario, and the instruction is to read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. We have John here. John inherited 350,000 from his mother. I would love to be John because that 350,000 is a lot of income. But remember, it has to be used wisely. Now, he wants to invest the money in an investment. Now, we are thinking positive because we are talking about investment. So John is a very, very positive individual because he's thinking about investing. But he has to think about aspects before he can invest. Hence, now John is saying he wants to invest in an investment which will not be affected by the general increase of prices of goods and services. Let us think about it. What is John trying to say here? Or what is John trying to achieve? What we are seeing is that John is being smart. That's one thing we are seeing. And then he also wants to invest in an investment that can easily be converted into cash. Another interesting part. To say now John wants to invest in an investment opportunity that would allow him to withdraw his income or whatever amount he shall have invested. And in this case, this is your 350,000. So this is our scenario. We'll have to analyze it again and come up with a solution. Now, we have two questions as per the instruction. Remember, we expected to read the scenario and answer questions. Now, question 1 says to us, identify factors that John is considering before he makes an investment. So, which two aspects is John thinking about? And then motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. Because we can see that John is thinking about something. Yes, he has the 350,000. Yes, he's not thinking about going and having fun, but he's thinking about investing. But before he invests, he has to make an informed decision before choosing an investment opportunity. Then question 2 says to us, explain other factors that should be considered before making an investment decision, beside the two factors that John is talking about. Now, let us try to answer this question. Again, John has 350,000. Oh, this is nice. A lot of money into John's bank account. However, he wants to make more from the 350. However, he says he wants an investment that won't be affected by the general increase of prices of goods and services. He also wants to invest in an investment that would make him or allow him to easily convert into cash, meaning to convert whatever amount invested into cash. So which two investment opportunities are those? The first one is supposed to be the one that is related to the general increase of prices of goods and services. Now, this would be your inflation, because the general increase of prices of goods and services is basically has to do with the inflation rate. So, an inflation rate, how do we motivate that? We say now, we quote as it is. He wants to invest the money in an investment opportunity which will not be affected by the general increase of prices of goods and services. So, you quote it as it is. He wants to invest the money in an investment which will not be affected by the general increase of prices of goods and services. That is one. But two now is thinking about the key word here is investment that can be converted into cash. So that would be our second factor he's thinking about is liquidity. Liquidity. How do you motivate that? Then you would motivate by saying he also wants to invest in an investment that can be converted into cash. Now that is how you would basically identify the factor, then provide a motivation. Now, another aspect now, which is our question 2. Remember, we have inflation rate and liquidity, and he also wants, that is your motivation, by quoting, he wants to invest money in an investment that won't be affected by the general increase. Remember to quote as it is. So those are your motivations through the quotation using the scenario. Then, 2, explain other factors that should be considered before making an investment decision. Which other factors should be considered? First is return on investment. To say the higher the risk, the higher the return. Higher risk investment yields higher returns, e.g. investing in shares, especially ordinary shares. So that is another factor to consider before making an investment decision. So basically this would be giving advice to John to say also think about the following. Before you think about safety, before you think about inflation, before you think about liquidity, also think about the return on investment. Another aspect is the investment period. This refers to the duration of the investment, which may affect or influence the return on investment. To say, if you invest for 5 years and someone invests for 10 years, the individual who has invested for 10 years will basically be having interest for 10 consecutive years, which will mean more because of the duration of investment. And then taxation. A good investment would yield a good after-tax return. So you should also consider the tax rates before you can invest. This is you advising John now to say also think about taxation before you can make an investment decision. So with that being said, let us take a short break and then we'll continue with another application question.